I would ever want to go to anything like that, though.
I feel like, man, we need to go, man. Hopefully we can get in there and start hosting that thing, man.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
It'd be big, though, man. I don't know.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? Sound like more fans.
Yeah, people will definitely be there. Talk that games music like to different languages.
You know what I'm saying? Just give them what they need, man. They don't know that they need it yet.
Yeah, they don't even know they need to drink water.
At all.
You know? You gotta drink water.
Step it up.
Yeah.
MK Pro League, bruh. $500,000 prize pool, man. Gotta get that money.
We'll get you in there.
Yes, sir.
But we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Games Music Life, episode 25.
Whew, man. Got a quarter of them things out there, boy. Y'all need to get up on it.
And this is Nas Lost Part 6.
Part 6, man.
Yes. So, as you see, we're not. Jay's not with us again today. Prayers go out to our man. He'll be back next week, hopefully. So we definitely want to shout him out. But when he's not here, we do slander Nas.
Yes.
So we definitely gonna go there. We were talking about this before the podcast. We were like, what Nas slander can we talk about?
You know, I actually pulled up his catalog.
Okay.
So that way I kind of go through, man. And I'm looking through, man. And this catalog, man, is looking pretty bleak, bro.
Yes, I told you it wasn't as good as the thing. And I like Nas. Don't get me wrong. I do like Nas.
You know, we're gonna go through this and we'll see like if you still like him after we're done. All right. So top of the list here is Illmatic. Mediocre album, you know, just probably maybe a good debut album, but didn't stand the test of time.
People think that's a classic, though.
Hey, people thought the world was flat. Some still do. So
true.
You can't trust all them opinions. So I mean, time has gone on to tell that Illmatic mediocre album. Yeah. All right, Life is Good. Have you heard it? Bet you didn't. No, nobody cares. Distant Relatives. Now that was a good album, but was it good because of Nas or was it good because of Damian Marley? I'm gonna go ahead and go with Damian Marley.
Hold on, the Life is Good one. Was that during the Khalees age? Was that when he was?
That was after. Yeah, this is post Khalees. I'm so heartbroken. Let me carry around her wedding dress.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
He did have her wedding dress on there because that was on the cover, wasn't it?
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but he had a daughter's song on there though, which is dope.
He did. That was dope, man. But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying. If you put up 12 shots, you're bound to make one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, so then we got Hip Hop is Dead. Forgettable. Stillmatic, man. I mean, the only song he had on there was probably going to be Ether. And the only reason people cared about Ether is because he was talking about our Lord and Savior, swag father, King Hov.
King Hov got wore out. Got wore. Only the worst diss track that Hov ever took on his record was actually last weekend.
Yeah. And even
we'll get into that
might have been a dub, but we'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that. Okay, we already know Stillmatic was trash. I Am, come on now, that's highly lauded as trash. Godson, God Don't Love You, Nas. Streets Disciple put out a double Dookie album.
And that album was bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Album was bad.
Unauthorized biography of Rakim was all right, but that was the only decent song on that album. The Lost tapes, he could have kept those to himself. Nas's greatest hits, he's got like 4 songs. All right, If I Ruled the World, If I Ruled the World, If I Ruled the World, and then Uchiwali. So there we go. Nas's greatest hits. Nostradamus, could have kept that to yourself again, man. You know what? It's kind of funny, kind of ironic that he would name that album Nostradamus because Nostradamus, was making all those great predictions into the future. But if Nas was able to make those predictions into the future, he would have known that was a garbage album and he wouldn't have put it out. So, that was a little bit ironic there. And I mean that looks to be where where the garbage stops.
So why do we rank him so high? Why do some people rank him so high?
Who ranks him high? Oh, then he got the Untitled album. I won't lie, I did like the Untitled.
Was good.
Yeah, I like the Untitled. But you know what? That's because Jay Electronica blessed him on that one.
You know what? And the whole Jay Electronica thing is really bothering me, man. He's got to
drop the album.
He got to put some content out there, man. He's got to put something out there. But we'll talk about that later. Sad Designer, what's going on, player? I see. Yeah, you did call the Portland win. But
yes.
I mean,
come on, you didn't see.
You didn't see that. That was after
Blake going out,
right? CP3 and Blake going out.
But we'll still give you your peas, man.
But yeah, definitely give you your props for that. But come on now, Stevie Wonder could have saw that. He can't see his braids, but he saw that win. Yeah. So yes, we're done with the Nas slander. And
I don't know if we're done. We're just gonna take a break.
Yeah, we'll take a break because this is definitely Nas Lost 6. But we're gonna get this video game news out the way because we got a ton of music stuff to talk about. There was so much that happened, and you know what I was telling you before. I think it's becoming a theme where we have the show on Saturday morning. Afternoon Saturday, there's always something big that happens.
Man, they listen to GamesMusicLyfe and it gets them all pumped, man. They want to do something epic afterwards.
That's probably what it was, man, because Beyonce dropped something. We'll talk about that. But video game news-wise, we get this out the way quick because there's not much going on. The thing that stood out to me this week, though, was NX got announced. They're going to launch on March 2017.
Yep.
Globally, they announced it at the earnings report in 2016, and they also announced it on their official Twitter account, so it's definitely real. And so it's coming. And then with that being said, the two things that stood out to me, though, they did say Zelda was going to be pushed back to 2017 for Wii U and NX. But what does that mean for 2016?
I mean, that means another year of the Wii U being a dud. Like,
but it's done.
You know, I would appreciate if Nintendo would just come out and say, like, you know what, Wii U was a mistake. It was a dud. Mm-hmm. Nobody likes it. We wish we didn't make it. It's the Nas of our catalog. That was for you, Jay. It's the Nas of our catalog.
They would be better off just doing that, though, to be honest with you, because at this point, it really has nothing that was going out, man. Nothing was happening. You know, there's no games coming out. Splatoon was probably their better game, which I thought Splatoon was a very good game. You know, I liked it a lot. Here, play for a second. Let me update the
right.
Other than that, though, there wasn't nothing else that really, has come out for the Wii that they didn't do as many first-party titles as they should have. They tried to make some bad ports, and that was the thing about it. Those bad ports just kind of would put them into
That's kind of been their thing.
Yeah, but it pigeonholed them, man, and they don't really have the power on the system to be able to really have a good game. So, like, the Darksiders 2 that came out was nothing like Darksiders 2 on Xbox or PC or PS3 at the time. So, I don't know, man. Wii U has kind of got me confused, man.
I mean, I've been calling garbage for some time. So I mean, hey man, they did what I expected them to do with the Wii U. I just felt like it was kind of a rush system. Like they just wanted to get something out there since all the next gen consoles were out. They came to the market late with it, and it really wasn't anything new.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I really
hit with a frag grenade. Like, how was the guy shooting at me? And I got hit with a frag grenade. Like,
yeah, we're playing the Gears of War 4 beta today. I wanted to try it out and see what it is. It's on Xbox, of course, because it's not on PS4. But one thing that I do want to talk to you about, though, with that Nintendo announcement was, did they kind of get punked because of the Xbox and the PS4 release with the new system?
I think that there may be some truth to that.
You know, because I mean, like, they at E3 they did say that the only game they're going to play this year, only playable game at E3 this year is going to be Zelda on the Wii U, not even on the NX, just on the Wii U. So I'm thinking because of those announcements about the new rumored PlayStation 4 4.5 and the rumored Xbox, the new Xbox, I think Nintendo kind of scrambled a little bit. But Nintendo, you're not slick neither, because one thing I did realize though is they're releasing the NX at the end of their fiscal year. It's going to be in 2017. But that's the end of Nintendo's fiscal year. Now, most of us, because one thing about GamesMusicLyfe, we are adults. We do have jobs, and we know about fiscal years. So any kids is watching, basically the fiscal year has to do with their earnings, has to do with the fact that when they predict money is going to be made for their year. So it's not like a calendar year. So with that being said, what they're going to do, what they're going to do though is they're going to get all the investors are going to be hyped about this Nintendo NX that's dropping in their fiscal year, and their stock is going to go up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they weren't slick with that. So I think they were geniuses by doing it that way. But also I think it's kind of fake because the NX is nothing. Like E3 is the biggest thing that comes out, and E3 last year for Nintendo was awful. They pretty much came out and just threw out a dud. And this year I've been saying it for the last couple episodes, I thought they were going to actually have something big. But
I mean, Nintendo honestly has been cold for the past 2 years at least.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The last really hype release that I can remember from them was going to be Mario Kart 8. After that, I don't really remember any titles that were looking so great. I mean, you got that Super Mario Maker, which a lot of people were really excited about, but it even seems like kind of the hype died down on that.
Well, I think that's what I think Nintendo. And we talked about this before, man. I think Nintendo would have just did what they do well. Make a Mario, make a Zelda, make a Mario Kart. Just stick with in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And they could have just done well, man.
Can they still exist in that capacity, though?
Yes. I personally think so. And the only reason why I say that, though, is because those titles are titles that touch our soul. Those are nostalgic type titles, man. Those are titles that, a Mario comes out, a Mario Kart comes out, we're good money. Like, we're gonna be there. We're gonna want to play those games, and I think if they just stuck to that, they would have been fine.
Man, I feel where you're coming from there, but at this point, man, like gaming is so expensive that you really got to kind of let your dollar talk. Yeah. And with that, I feel like Nintendo's got the worst offering. Like, I mean, another Mario game. Now, I mean, I would pay for Zelda, I would pay for Mario Kart, but even there, it's kind of hard to justify dropping down $500 on those titles, especially when there are so many games that come out and are just flash in the pan. I mean, look at what we're doing with Division.
Yeah, Division, but that's Ubisoft, man. They've come to just be. That's been the norm with them now. Is with Ubisoft, is they kind of just drop duds, man. And the thing about it is, we had so much promise in that game, and it looked like it was gonna be a fun game, but it kind of went out. But that's all I had to say about Nintendo. Nintendo, I think you punked out, and there's still rumors that the system is actually going to be a streaming service. It still is not even set in stone. It's going to be a system.
I wonder where they're going to go graphically at this point. Like, do they have to kind of step up to current gen to compete, or can they still, go with kind of the lower quality, graphics or gameplay in place of kind of family friendly titles? Because I mean, with it, that's really Nintendo's biggest angle at this point, is making sure that they have a console that is family friendly and games that both kids and adults can enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some truth in that. Dang, he got me from that thing. I think there's some truth in that they could go family friendly, but I also think, like, what I personally think, I've been saying it before, I think that they're going to it's going to be a streaming service. I think they're going to have it to where it's going to be, you can stream Nintendo's whole library, and it's going to be like $20 a month, and that's going to be their selling point. They're going to do that.
Okay.
That's what I personally think. But will something like that even be good? Like, will that make? I think it will make money. And I think people would sign up for it. But
I mean, I wouldn't, bruh. Like,
really?
I mean, and that's the barometer I have to go off of. I wouldn't. Like, I don't see the draw in it at this point.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's hard to justify it.
It's safe to say we don't know what the heck Nintendo's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, they may come up with that console. It may blow us out of the water. I might be the first one on the bandwagon for it, but from the sounds of it right now, I'm not entertained. Like, I never bid on the Wii U, and they never really gave me a reason to. Mario Kart 8 was probably the closest I ever got to it, and that was just because my wife was playing it in Target one day and really liked it.
Yeah.
But I mean, after that, after the rain passed and we got back in the car, we didn't think about that game or that system again.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Nintendo. I think Nintendo does well with that. Just a little kiosk, you make so much money, because that's how I bought our Wii U. I was in there, I saw it in the kiosk, played it, and I was like, I gotta have it, and I bought it.
See,
and that's pretty much what it did.
It was impulse buy.
Yeah, I did. And the only game I have to this day is Mario Kart 8 and Super Mario Brothers U.
See,
yeah, give me a Metroid, give me a Zelda, he'd be good to go. But they threw such a pump fake up when they released that. They showed that video that Zelda got everybody hyped. That was like E3 2 years ago.
Yeah.
and it's now saying it's not coming out 2017.
Yeah, and
that's bullish.
Is it just going to be NX exclusive at this point?
Oh, how you going to let him just run up on me like that?
Oh. They dropped him for you, though. Got that revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, so what else we got gaming news-wise? Anything else?
Definitely want to talk about new Grand Theft Auto single-player add-ons that are supposed to be coming. Really looking forward to that. I mean, I'm still amazed that 2-3 years after this game released, there's still life that they are finding in this game in new ways. That's just amazing. But to me, it speaks a testament to how well put together that game was, how well crafted and planned out that was, and it's got a huge audience. I mean, a lot of people love Grand Theft Auto. I know you guys aren't huge on it, between you and our other co-host, who I think he might be somewhere over here, but he's not over here. That's why Nas continues to lose. But you know what I mean? It's got a huge community, a huge backing. I've loved the franchise for a very long time. Though I haven't played, in a while. I definitely would look forward to it. I'd buy it when that add-on content comes out, especially if it's going to be a new story. It seems like it'll breathe new life into it, so that's looking exciting. Also, man, Mortal Kombat finally getting its just due with the Pro League.
Yeah,
$500,000 purse. I might go ahead and enter that thing. You know what I'm saying?
There, man.
Do it for Games Music Life, man. Bring
on
home that $500,000 for the fam. You know what I'm saying? Might have to do it.
Yeah, I'll be there straight cheerleading. I'll be pom-pomming it up because I don't know nothing about that game.
I'm telling you, man, you could pick it up and learn it pretty easy. I mean, if you play Mortal Kombat, you know how to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a hard game to kind of pick up and play and get back into the groove with. But definitely nice to see them entering the realm of esports. I always felt like Mortal Kombat always got the short end of the stick when it came to like the fighting games for it to be such a GOAT franchise.
We're
Like
chasing him like the Bloods and Crips out here.
Man, so that'll be nice to see.
But you know what though, with fighting games though, it's really taking a big turn with it because Evo was announced. They're going to have like 4 million participants this year.
Yeah,
and that's going to all be broadcast on Twitch. So we got to go to one of those one year.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
But that's going to be huge.
Bringing in that Skrilla.
Yeah.
You know
that's going to be huge. But
they're
they're coming like it's international too. You know, the Street Fighter one took off a couple years ago. That's when Daigo, the guy that Lupe beat.
Yeah.
He beat Justin Wong in a Street Fighter, which made me go buy that Dreamcast actually. Was watching those tournaments, those old footage of those tournaments, and like just watching some of the old Street Fighter games. I haven't gotten a Street Fighter 5 because I haven't got a PS4 and I didn't buy it on PC.
I mean, it doesn't really seem like anybody's playing Street Fighter anymore at this point.
From what I'm hearing, it's like that's one of the bigger games. They got a bunch of people coming
I'd be on that PlayStation 4, man. I don't know, like I'd be looking for Jared, man, for Jay. He's never on there.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, he's not really. He don't really be on.
Yeah, he don't be anywhere.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's missing. So we need to put him on a milk carton.
At some point, I don't even know who he is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If y'all come in here tomorrow or next week and y'all see the Games Music Life, you just see me and Kevin's mug on there. Just know we pray for.
You know what? No, he's gonna stay on there, but we're gonna put like a missing. Like, we're gonna put a missing box around his face.
Yeah.
Like, man, if found, please call.
Yeah, please call us.
You know.
Yeah, we'll come pick him up. If you find him, we will come pick him up wherever he's at.
We might put out a small reward.
Yeah, a small reward, like an Xbox Live 3 months free. You know what I'm saying? Subscription. Because I got a couple of those upstairs.
Man, I might put out a 48 hour.
Yeah, I'll poly with my man Sad, see if he can do some graphic work for a reward or something. But we gotta find him, man. If anyone knows, it's not even Nas Lost, it's Jared's Lost. We don't know where he's at.
Man, we don't know, man. He's lost in the Atlantic, man. Lost at sea.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if y'all find him, man, send him home, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Absolutely. But anyway, so before we get off, because we got a lot of music to get to.
Definitely. Oh man, we did want to talk about the Division, man, and the patches for the cheating.
Yes. Yeah. But there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, I mean they'll just have to let it ride.
For PC, here's the thing they say for PC. At this point, they cannot fix it.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like, how broken of a game is that to where you can't fix it?
Hey, it be like that sometimes.
Yeah, you can't. They're saying basically, hey, bro, we tried. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like there'll be a way that they could probably impose some penalty. I saw that Side Designer had dropped a link in there. Man, there's somebody in the chat saying that they'll be back next week. I'm not sure who that is.
Just gloss over.
I'm not sure who that is, man. Who? What?
Yeah, I don't even know who that is. We'll just gloss over that.
But yeah, maybe they'll patch it, something, or reward folks that didn't cheat. I don't know. I don't know, man. They're going to have to do something, though, but they're going to have to give me something so that way I can start playing that game again, because I haven't played it. I mean,
it's kind of like where Master Chief Collection came out for Xbox. It was
garbage.
It was so bad, though, that they gave you Judgment for free. Or was it they gave you, no, it wasn't Judgment. It was, what was the one that came out? It was Halo, but it was about ODST.
Okay,
they gave you ODST for free. They're going to do that. They're going to do something because, I'm sorry, the Division's broken, man. And we haven't went back to it. We bought it for the culture, and it was a fun game.
It was fun. Like when we played it for that 2 weeks, man, it was going.
Yes, but it had no. At one point, I'm pom-pomming it up, like, oh, they're giving us the layout on how the game's gonna be. Like I'm thinking like it's gonna be. They're showing us what the planning of it is. Oh, hold that, and and then it just went out the window, man. It took a complete turn for the worse. And I'm not a fan of it. So me and you have not went back to it, but it is what it is at this point with the division. We could talk about it till we're blue in the face, but it's just a whack game.
And I mean that's a shame because it has so much promise. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I mean that's just how things go.
Sad designer said Jared died. They even cropped out his chair.
They say we need to put some respect on his name. There's plenty of respect on his name, man. We just can't find him. You know what I'm saying?
We don't know where he's at.
We're trying to put respect on his person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At this point, I don't even know who this Jared person is you guys are talking about.
Man, you know, I mean, lost in the Atlantic, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We don't know, man. Like I said, if you guys find him, man, you know, ear tag him.
Yes.
You know, send them on back.
We got stickers we can send. We got, you know.
I'm telling you, man, next week, bro, it's going to be a wanted poster around his mug on there, man.
Absolutely.
Wanted. You know what I'm saying? Missing. Please call.
Just put him on a Greyhound with a knapsack and a note. If you know what I mean? It's like if you find
a couple apples and a banana.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I like the art design on this, man.
You know, I've been watching you play this, and then for that brief moment. Now, mind you, I'm rusty. Like I haven't played Gears in a long time, so that might be something to do with it. But I don't know, man. The love was gone a little bit, man. Just playing, like it feels like the same old, same old.
It does. I mean, at some point, a lot of the
we need some more guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, it is a beta, and it is just a multiplayer. So, and it's Marcus Phoenix's son and Anya's son. So I think I'm gonna get amped for that.
It feels like they're just cheesing. Like they're like, we can put out another title, man. We can squeeze a couple more bucks out of them, bro.
Hey, that's everything, though.
Yeah,
capitalism at its finest, bro. Capitalism at its finest.
Man, all right. Hold on, no, one more.
Okay.
All right, so did you see where there are some copies of Uncharted 4 out here in the wild?
Yo, and the thing about it is, they were stolen. So like they're giving like rewards. They don't know where they're at.
Yeah.
So somebody pulled off some Fast and Furious 7 and stole them off the truck, and they don't know where they're at.
Hey man, I love it.
I love it too. I want on the float right to the GamesMusicLyfe.
It looks good. Yeah, if anybody happens to happen upon one of those hot copies,
yes,
and do it for the culture, man. Drop it off over here for GamesMusicLyfe, man. We will drop the link down at the bottom somewhere.
Yes,
it'll appear flash, and just go and drop it off for us, man. Do it for the culture, man. The people want to know.
Yeah,
people want to know, man.
Do it for the culture.
You will be thanked anonymously.
Anonymously.
We don't want to get you in any trouble, and we'll do it like that.
We'll get you some water.
You gotta drink more. Drink more water.
Yeah.
Gotta get that water.
You gotta get that water.
You want that good, clear skin. You need that water.
The hair follicles that keep coming out. You know, you gotta drink water.
Yeah, man. Get it in.
So yeah, man. I did see that. So somebody's gonna go to jail for that. Though. Somebody's gonna get locked. They're gonna press complete and full charges for that one, man.
Yeah. But I was seeing that first. Folks thought it was going to be coming from Amazon. Amazon kind of pulled the pump fake, told them that items were ready to ship, and then was like, "Yeah, items are ready to ship. About to ship. Shipping on April." But then they got pushed back. I think we've still got like 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
Early though.
Yeah. I mean, with it way too early for the game to be in anybody's hands. But maybe we'll get the release date pushed up.
Yeah.
I think that's the best we can hope for.
Okay. Absolutely.
Maybe online servers won't be ready, but that's all good, man. You can still play the story out, and once you finish that, you got something else to look forward to.
Yeah. Absolutely. Get tucked in, play the story, and talk about it, ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Get on Reddit and just give the complete story out.
That is life as it stands now, man. Like, this is how we do things. Man, they cheesed you on that.
His boy came and shotgunned me.
Yeah,
I had him up there.
That's shady.
Couldn't let the fair one go, man. All right, should we jump into sports real quick before we get into music? Because music is going to dominate everything.
Yeah, we can jump into the sports, man. Got 4 of my Buckeyes going in the first round.
Yeah, and we're not. First of all, okay, congrats to those guys. I'm not the biggest Buckeye fan, as everybody knows, but I do root for him. But we're going to talk about Ezekiel Elliott's outfit. We're going to touch on that.
Crop top suit, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, keep getting flanked. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And I think that's just the whole metrosexual young boy thing that's going on right now. So I can't knock him too hard. And he went to the Cowboys, so I'm definitely going to knock him for that. I mean, he had no choice in that. But so now he went from somebody I rooted for, because he looks like Stab from
House Party.
From House Party. Yeah. So I wanted him to go to the Eagles, and I wanted to just scream, give Stab the ball from years and years to come. Now I'm going to say hurt Stab, because he's a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I can't root for him now. I can't.
Man, you know what? Yeah, the crop top was something different. But you know what, man? For me, it looks like Zeke probably just a fun guy, man. A guy likes to have a little bit of fun, likes to joke around a lot. He stayed out of trouble, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. Just a guy likes to joke around a lot. Didn't look like he cut his shirt, just kind of rolled it up, making a little bit of fun. I didn't get to actually watch it. I was kind of keeping updated from my phone. But did he actually go on stage with the crop top?
Well, he had it on the red carpet or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that on the red carpet, but did he finally get it straightened out before he went up there to accept his hat?
Being an Eagles fan, man, I knew who they were taking. They're taking a guy who I've never heard of from South Dakota, so I kind of was in my funk. So I was hating on the draft, bro. Like, I watched a little bit of it and just watched the ticker at the bottom. I didn't even watch it. So I didn't even see if Zeke had it on, as far as had it up on the stage or not. Mm-hmm. But the draft nowadays, man, it's like it take like an hour to get through 10 picks.
Man, it's such an event now, and now that they broke up like the first round and the second round, it's definitely an event. But
they're making it to where like the second day, like remember when Gino was in the red not the red carpet, what's it called?
The green room.
The green room. He was in there for like a whole day. He had to go home, get some pizza, and go home.
Yeah. I always felt like that was a little bit shady the way that they do them guys too. You know what I mean? And then you just kind of got them sitting out there. Get them out there hanging out to dry. Cowboys to the playoffs now. I would like to say that Zeke will take you to the promised land, but you still got Tony
Romo out there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Still Tony Romo now.
He's still the best cornerback in the league. So he'll get you a pick.
I mean, that's if he plays, because he broke that collarbone, came right back, broke it again. You know what I mean? Immediately, and he ain't getting no younger. What's Tony Romo about 35, 36 now?
It's like they got the collarbone up because they broke it the second time. So they had the first one hooked up with like dental dam and
he just came back too early, man. He was over eager.
Oh, yeah, he got me.
Yeah, he was just over eager, man. He came right, and the thing was, I knew as soon as I saw that hit, man, he grabbed that shoulder. I'm like, whoa, broken collarbone. He's out for the rest of the season. And sure enough, boom, broken collarbone, out for the rest of the season.
Did he break it like doing a push up or something?
No, he broke it on a sack. I think it was a sack pick six.
Okay.
Yeah,
in true Tony Romo fashion.
Okay. Ceremoniously.
Okay.
He went out like he's supposed to.
Okay.
Zeke was definitely a good pickup for the Cowboys. In all honesty, and that O-line is going to allow him to feast. So it'll be a good fit.
He's going to do well, man.
Now Bosa's kind of going into the land of the unknown, going to the Chargers. Out there because he'll be playing opposite of Manti Te'o.
As long as he stays away from Manti Te'o and the invisible girlfriends, they'll be okay. Because actually Te'o had a pretty decent.
He did, man. He was
far
decent so far for him, but San Diego's just kind of been riding a little bit under the radar.
Yeah.
Because Phillip Rivers, he got that cowboy mentality, not like Cowboys, but that gunslinger mentality out there in San Diego, and it just doesn't work in that West Coast offense. But yeah.
Okay.
Now, since the Eagles are your peoples, man, what's this debacle, man? Are y'all gonna give Sam Bradford his free?
We should. The thing about it is no, we're not, because first of all, Sam, you signed a 2-year contract. You signed it. No, this isn't going to be like a free Melo thing in basketball. This is not free Sam. We're not starting that campaign. No, he signed a 2-year contract. He knew what it was. We don't want to marry you. We just want to date you for a little bit. I like you, but I just can't give you.
But he's already relegated to the backup at this point. Because you took a quarterback at second overall.
He's gonna be professional and steady the ship while we teach the young boy.
No,
but instead he wants to.
You don't take a quarterback second, so you don't trade up to get a quarterback second, so that way he can ride Pine.
No, he's gonna ride Pine.
Nah,
he's gonna, because listen, the head coach for I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, they drug him over there.
The head coach for the last number 2 pick, which was Donovan McNabb, the starting quarterback for that team while Donovan McNabb was becoming the starter, was the head coach who is now.
Get some blind fire.
No, it's like he can't get my Ezekiel Elliott just slice me down.
He making it happen in the game too.
So I don't listen. I won't talk about the Eagles. I don't want to be depressed today, man. Like I literally don't know what the heck's going on with my birds, man, and my hairline's suffering because of them. So I don't want to even go.
You on that EDP wave?
Yeah, man. I just we'll figure it out. Hopefully, that's a good thing about NFL, man. Everybody thinks that their team is good and think they have a shot until you're 4 games in and you realize you don't, and then it becomes a ceremonial Wingstop session every Sunday, and just something to be around the family.
Yo, man, some Wingstop wouldn't be bad, man. You know what? We need to get some sponsors. Wingstop, man, make it happen. You know what I'm saying, Ross? Make it happen. Throw a on it, man. We throw a in the intro. You know, do it for the culture, bro. But
I can't get past that.
yeah. You know, I mean, the Eagles, they've not. All my friends that are Eagles fans, man, y'all been hurting for a few years now. It breaks my heart a little bit. I mean, now Saints, we were terrible last year.
But y'all got a ring though.
Yes, you know that cannot that does not go overlooked. But
so enough of that. Listen, let's get into this music.
All right, hold on, no
okay.
NBA playoffs.
Listen, I ain't watching NBA playoffs since LeBron them been resting.
Man, yeah.
As long as Kyrie quit dribbling the leather off the ball, it'll be okay.
Now that we know that we've got a hobbled Steph, though, can the Spurs?
I think I picked the Spurs come out of the West anyway. Even
Spurs
with Steph,
in 6?
when they picked up the big boy, Aldridge is just a problem. And Fat Boris Diaw, he doesn't have one cut on his body, but he'll give you that work. He probably smokes cigarettes and sips coffee at halftime.
Cognac.
Yes, cognac. Exactly. And he probably does that at halftime, and you can't stop. He doesn't have one cut on his body.
No.
But it's nothing you can do about the guy. He's a matchup nightmare. And Ginobili had a lacerated testicle this year. Any man that can come back from that injury
and still ball, I
got to root for him.
Man, that's pause and
pause.
no pun intended.
Yeah, pause. Yeah. Absolutely.
Put that together for y'all. You know, we do it for culture.
I think that they are going to come out because with Aldridge, man, that's a tough
cover, man, especially for Golden State because he can play kind of that stretch four, maybe not as far out as Draymond, you know, as far as like shooting the threes and stuff like that, but he's going to be a problem. Like he's going to be out there bodying Draymond.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and you can't throw a Bogut out there at him because, I mean, Bogut's going to be covered by, you know, one of the all-time greats, if not the greatest power forward that ever lived, in Timmy D.
Yeah, Timmy D's going out. And the thing about it is, do we think Timmy's done?
I don't think, man, you know, Tim is 40.
Let's say San Antonio
I don't think that he's washed yet.
No, I don't think he's washed yet either. But let's just say they win it this year, right?
Yeah.
Who's the best player of our generation? Is it Tim or is it Kobe?
That's a tough call because I mean at that point Tim will have 6 rings.
Yeah.
Now you know it's hard to give Tim that crown because it's hard to crown a big like that. Like even Shaq doesn't get the props that he probably deserves because you know it's his game is predicated on a lot of dominance rather than so much skill. Or with Tim, you notice the skill because I mean he's been the big fundamental, forever. So you definitely notice the skill and have to kind of tip your hat to it. And you know Tim doesn't play for the stats or anything like that. He plays for the wins, and you can see it in his game. But yeah, it's a tough call, man. I mean, he's definitely the greatest power forward that ever lived.
Yeah, I can't. There's no denying that one.
Yeah, and I mean, he got to be on your starting 5, your top all time starting 5 team. I feel like because who could replace him? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Does Tim walk after this year? Even if win or lose, does he walk at 40? Because I mean, he's still got some gas left in the tank. I feel like.
I think he does. I think he just enjoys playing the game. His minutes were definitely slowed down this year. I think he averaged like 20 minutes a game.
And that's perfect, man. He's 40.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I couldn't be out there doing it.
You know what I'm saying? 82 game season, bro. Like, man, he's out and still contributing. You know what I mean? Like, still a key player on that team. Still starting.
Yeah, still with the goofy run.
You know,
he's got a little pepper in the hair, and that's about it.
Yeah, you know, and Tim, I don't know what he is, drinking. He must be drinking lots of water.
Lots of water. There it is. And he swims too.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's getting into his pores. So
with barring like that 2000 season, man, Tim has stayed relatively injury free.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I mean, as he's from 35 on, man, that's pretty impressive. Now, I mean, I know Pop does a great job managing those minutes. Pop needs to write a book once he hangs it up, man. Like he needs to write the handbook for how to do this.
I don't think anyone can replicate that, man. The Spurs, and that's another thing with Timmy, is like they have a great organization. So like we can debate whether who is the better player of our era, Kobe or Timmy, but the Spurs organization has a lot to do with Timmy's success.
Absolutely.
And he was stealing my kills.
Man, yeah, he did just come in there for the clean sweep on you, like.
Yeah, he did. And
and then lastly, bro, so Luke Walton to the Lakers.
Man, look, one thing about
turn that around?
These recycled coaches, bro, like they keep recycling these same guys, and they gave a new guy a shot. But Luke Walton wasn't even out the league that long.
I mean, he used to be a Laker.
He used to be a Laker. His dad was a crazy man. I think they shoot him away. Maybe that'll help him out.
Bill Walton is the GOAT, man.
He is,
GOAT
man.
of crazy talk.
But once he got those teeth fixed and he got those long chompers, I think that's when they was like, we can't put him on TV no more. That's when the Van Gundy and Mark Jackson wave started up. Because remember, Walton was like funny as heck. He would just go off in tangents. I remember one time I was watching a game, he went off a tangent about volcanoes. And he forgot that he was commentating the game.
Yeah.
So about 7-8 minutes in, he's talking about volcanoes.
Yeah. Hey man, hey, I like it. I think the game needs more of that. Now, in the chat, they're talking about Duncan being a power forward. Yes, Duncan is the 4. I mean, greatest power forward ever. But right now, LaMarcus Aldridge plays the 4, and they just kind of play Timmy as at the center just for speed's sake. You know what I'm saying? He's got to keep up with those centers. I mean, he can't be chasing Draymond all around the court. So
yeah.
So, yeah. But, I mean, Luke Walton going to the Lakers, the best thing that I could probably say about that pickup is that, he did a lot with a very young Golden State team. So I feel like with that young Lakers team that he has in place that, he kind of gives them a good chance or that he'll be able to manage those young egos. Now, managing egos in L.A. versus Oakland is going to be something completely different because, I mean, you got the Kardashians trying to trap half that team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas, Steph's got a nice, wholesome wife.
Likes covering herself up.
So it's going to be a bit of
Boom
an adjustment.
shot.
But I feel like he gives them a decent chance. He'll help that team grow a bit. And if not, they'll get him out of there.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, until
might be career suicide.
Yeah, I mean, I also like this, man. They got my boy Pat Ewing looking very weak on the sideline. He's been trying to get a head coaching job for the last couple, 5-10 years. Even Mike Jordan won't give him a head coaching job because I think that's where he's at, is on his bench.
Yeah.
So as long as Pat's out there looking lost and the yellow eyes has started to take over on him, you know what I'm saying? And they're just giving Luke Walton a job just because he did well with Golden State this year. Man, I'm kind of. I hope he fails. I'm rooting against Luke Walton. And I'm a hater, so I'm hating on him.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. Give my boy Pat Ewing a job, man. I'm sick of him looking. It's like when you're 7 foot.
He did nothing in Orlando.
No, but it's like when you're 7 foot and you just don't go anywhere in the league, or you're 6'11". It's nothing more depressing. I went to Micro Center last week and seen a 6'8" dude ringing me out, man. Like, you should be somewhere dunking a basketball.
Right.
He was like
the game was given to you.
Yeah, you were in the top 3% of height, and you're in here processing my.
Hey man, you gotta be able to dribble, man. Like some of them guys, man, they don't be having no coordination, man. Listen, they get slew-footed.
When you're 7 foot, all you gotta do is walk and chew gum and get a contract, Kev.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, you look at Sean Bradley, I watched the documentary on Sean Bradley, and I feel bad talking about him like that. Sean Bradley was a good guy, he was a very good person, but he was a trash basketball player.
Oh, absolutely, he was garbage.
Yeah, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But all right, so you know what I'm saying, we've been chomping at the bit, man. We've been getting ready, gearing up for this music. This is the music section of Games Music Life. We done got the games out the way, got the life out the way. Now it's time to talk about some music, baby. Let's get into it. So
we left Friday after the show Saturday.
Yeah.
Me and you stayed because we had some things going on at the house.
Yep.
And the wives, we all were here. And next thing you know, we started watching the Beyonce thing.
Boom.
We had no idea it was going to be an album.
Nope.
But it was what it was. We watched an album. So she wore the GOAT out. Beyonce proceeded to air Jigga out on this special. And basically, everyone left speculating that it was all about their lives. Mm-hmm. And it was a great body of work, by the way. And me and you have been debating all week whether or not it was fake or not because, she did air him out on Jay-Z's exclusive title.
Yeah, exclusively on title.
Exclusively on title. So the checks are circulating right now. So the debate is whether or not they're marketing geniuses or whether or not she just made a classic album about her life.
Now, see, like I dropped to you yesterday, man, a lot of people said that the poetry for them kind of cemented the fact that Jigga Man cheated on her, and this album was about Jigga Man cheating. Well, she did not write that poetry.
Okay.
So, this was taken from a 27-year-old Somali-British poet that has celebrated some success, and this is probably going to be her most notable feat to date. And she provided the poetry. These were written works that had already been written before Beyonce decided to recite them as they fit well into the narrative of this album. All right, so there's one.
Okay.
Secondly, I mean, if you look at the credits on here, man, she's got some amazing songwriters on this album.
Right.
And, listening to it through and through, it's very clearly a concept album. If you are really kind of looking at it from start to finish. I mean,
so you don't believe that none of it was about them?
No. I think that it was off. I mean, I think it was fairy tales, man. Like, if you really kind of look at her bodies of work, and I mean, we'll get into the reviews of the music, but she just needs something to talk about. Like, I mean, she couldn't do what she did on the Beyonce album, where she was, kind of moving into her own, becoming like, just this grown woman, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more edgy than what she had previously been, where she was kind of making those pop songs and ballads and, kind of those safe songs. She kind of went a little bit edgier this last album, wanted to be a little bit more sexier, a little more grown. She was a wife, she was a mother, man. She was celebrating that album. You can't do that again.
Why can't
give us another Beyonce album. You got to give us something different. Well, so she had to take a different album, a different angle.
But that's your life. That's your life.
Listen, man, this is the music, and you know what I'm saying. You got
to. So your stance is that she basically turned into or made this album, and it has nothing to. She basically made this for America, not for herself. So Jay fell on the sword for America.
I mean, did he? Because I didn't hear his name at all mentioned at any point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, okay. And plus, you look at it, it was the perfect marketing ploy. I mean, there's been no press about this album. If you listen to the lead single off of this album was going to be Formation. Yeah. Formation dropped. It was huge, man. Did it at the Super Bowl, man. Everybody was happy to hear some new Beyonce. She had a song. It was rocking, too.
I'm with you, Mike. Mike actually said that Jay and Beyonce laughed all the way to the bank.
Absolutely. That's what I've been saying all week, man. Let the dollar circulate. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you look at it, they did Formation. It was huge. Formation does not fit in the narrative of this album. It is almost a bonus track on this album. They just threw it on the end. And I mean, it was the complete pump fake. Yeah. So then, no press leading up to it. She announces her tour off the strength of Formation. Names the album names the tour Formation.
Then goes on tour like 2 days later.
She drops the album on Saturday, starts her tour on Wednesday. All right? No press, no promo, no nothing. She didn't need it. Why? Because that album drummed up enough controversy. She doesn't have to talk about this album. She can just tour this album on pure speculation. And then, you look at the videos, man. Hov is in the videos. He's in the videos.
Looking weak though.
Man, you know what?
Not my goat, man. I don't like the way he looks, man.
When I saw those clips of Hov in the Lemonade visual album or whatever,
man, he had the sad eyes and.
Man, he was trying to turn the sexy on, but that's not our goat.
He wasn't trying to turn on those sexy?
He was trying to turn the sexy on,
You think that's what it was?
That was exactly what it was. You know what, man? I listen to Hov sometimes, and, the Hov that we remember, bro, like, that guy is gone. Like, I look at pictures of, like, him out with Blue Ivy and stuff like that. Uh-huh. Like, yo, he looks like that is, like, really the part of life that he enjoys at this point.
Oh, absolutely. He should be.
Exactly. I mean, on his grown man stuff, but that's not the Hov narrative that we you know what I'm saying, that we're used to him talking about, man. We're used to him talking about some outlandish, you know what I'm saying, just doing the biggest things, the best. Like, yo, it looks like playing with his daughter is where he has the most fun, hanging out with his wife, poolside, just watching her grow, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see them at the Louvre and him pointing out all this different stuff to Blue Ivy, and they're all just together being a happy family. That's not the Hov narrative that he rapped about. You know what I'm saying? This is imaginary player Hov. You know, this is big pimpin' Hov. That's all dead, man. That's over with, man. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not that guy anymore, and rightfully so. I mean, Hov is, 40-something years old. It was going to be time to grow up at some point. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with him being what he is now. But, at the same time, like, he changed. Like, it's not going to be the same narrative.
I agree with you on that, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him growing. As a father, he should grow. But my problem would be for this to be a concept album, and you are the concept.
No. He's not the concept, man. He is the assumed. He is the assumed.
But he fell on the sword, though. To this day,
he's not admitted to anything.
I know, but I'm saying though he hasn't admitted to anything, but he also hasn't cleared his name. So we gotta. Okay, it's like
he letting the dollar circulate, man. Okay, he's not assumed guilty or innocent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all speculation, and they're gonna let that speculation ride. But
he just looks so weak, man. He had the sad eyes, man.
I'm telling you, man, I was Hov trying to turn on the sexy, but Hov is an awkward guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not really his lane. But you know what I'm saying? Beyonce love him, man. They're a couple in love. I mean, you look at the Formation World Tour, man. He's out there. He taking pictures, smiling.
Getting
you know what I'm saying?
songs
Having a good.
dedicated to him.
You know what I'm saying? Getting halos dedicated to him. I love my husband. He's beautiful. Blah 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 blah. Like, do you think that
I need Beyonce? I need her to come out and say that it wasn't about them.
Not gonna happen, bro. Or at least not until like this album is finished, the tour is done, they've made their dollars. They made those dollars circulate.
But why would it
and
matter?
then it will come out that because the drama and the controversy is publicity enough. They don't have to do anything else. Like they hit you with the whammy.
But that's the thing, though, Kev. I think Beyonce is a big enough artist. She doesn't need to do anything like this. She doesn't need to have anything.
It's not a stunt because the music is still what it is.
I know.
I mean, she's just talking about a topic that maybe she's not living.
Yeah, but I'm saying, though, I don't think she's so big of an artist. I don't believe she has to do anything like that. Her numbers are going to happen. The money's going to circulate regardless. So why air your husband out? You know what I'm saying? Or why air yourself out?
But I'm saying if it was just a concept, then she didn't air her husband out, man. She was just talking about relationships.
But that's a big if. You're saying is if it wasn't a concept album. I'm going with the theory that if it being that it was true.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, let me ask you this: what makes you feel like Beyonce put out a personal album? Has she ever done this before? Like
She did last time.
that album wasn't personal. Like she just sang love songs.
But that was personal about her because that's the point.
It was
she
the
was at
point
life.
in time that she was in life, but she wasn't singing about her every day. Like she was just singing songs, man. Like first of all, okay, now while I have heard that Beyonce does get a lot of credit for both writing and production, she's getting a lot of help, man. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. A lot of people get help, and that's what I'm saying.
So I mean, what did she go to her writers like, man? Jay-Z cheated on me. Tell him how I feel. Like, come on now, dog.
You know what? That's a great point. I agree with you on that. That maybe that could be going to your argument. But if she is giving him a concept, that's like me telling you, draw me a picture of happiness, and you go ahead and draw me a picture of what you feel is happiness. That was your rendition of the song.
Right, but I wouldn't draw you a picture of like you and your family and your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I'm saying though, she might have said that. She might have been like, okay, this is the scenario, blah blah blah. She might have even told her writers that it was true. Like, yo, because James Blake has a lot of writing credits in here. I mean,
He did.
we're both fans of him, so we know he's a little very emo. And for it to be every song to be just around the plight of a woman, basically, because it went through a lot of things like black woman strength, all that, and I like that part of it. About just stuff they have to overcome.
Yeah.
And I love that aspect of it. But it did have a pattern to her. It went from a wife who got cheated on and was sad and upset, her husband was taking advantage of her, to I forgive him because
and trying to pick up the pieces.
yes,
and all that.
because we have so much invested. We have a child. We have a beautiful thing going on here that might have been a bad chapter of our life or our relationship, but we're going to move on from it. And then the redemption of it, which is we're still this strong couple at the end. Buy my album. We're on tour. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw it out of the realm of possibility, but I don't know. Like, man, with it just to me, it just seems like it's just a concept album. I mean, she may even have just been taking it from her mother's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with all.
And that's the part about it too that made me believe that it was true too, because that song about her dad was very, very vivid to where.
But inaccurate.
But no, it was inaccurate. It wasn't accurate, but it also had some gems in there to where it said like. Daddy, saying, don't date a guy like me. You see a guy like me coming, shoot him. And that's kind of where I think it was, they were talking about what she was saying that was like, my husband pretty much became my dad. And I have to either shoot him or whatever. And she threw the ring, that whole thing. It's hard for me to say. And we both know in R&B music, some of the best music that is made comes from real life events. Mary J had a career of it. Yeah. That was her. When Casey was going upside her head, she made the best music in the world. Allegedly. Casey was upside her head. I'm not going to talk bad about Casey. But when she was happy, Mary J, nobody wanted to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't review the album this week, but we just definitely wanted to talk about it because it was a big thing that came out. And Beyonce's a GOAT, man. I think she might be the GOAT female.
I'm a Beyonce fan. Like
Me too.
I like Beyonce.
Me too.
So all right, so now that we talked about the controversy side of it, now we can kind of break down the music because the fans, y'all gonna get several reviews today, man. There's a lot to talk about in the music side of it, and we're looking like we're about 10 minutes left. This show probably gonna go over.
It's going
just go ahead and throw it on. Go throw it on out there for y'all.
Because the album this week that we're gonna review that we talked about was Drake.
Yes,
so we're gonna get into that. We're
gonna get your views. You're gonna get your views up.
You want to go first about Beyonce, and I'll go second.
Sure, and then we'll flip flop for Drake. Okay, so for this Beyonce album for Lemonade, You know what I mean? What is this? This is going to be Beyonce's 4th or 5th solo album at this point, I believe. So yeah, you know what I mean? She's from the Destiny Child fame, but doing this a long time. You know, one of the biggest singers of our generation, I would say, if not the biggest, most celebrated, female vocalist, especially in the hip hop R&B categories. Even though at this point she transcends genres, if you ask me. With this album, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and start off, man. I liked it. I thought it was a very good album, very well put together, and it was her most artistically risk-taking album. Like this was her most
allegedly.
This is her most artistic album to date. She took the most risks on this album, both with the subject matter on the album as well as stylistically. Like hearing Beyonce having, kind of effects and things like that over her voice and harmonizing with, male singers, like you get the Jack White song that's on there. I think it's track 2. And you'll have to forgive me. I forgot the track names. I can pull them up, but I want to see the chat. But, with that, you don't really hear that, man. She threw a lot of distortion on her voice and her vocals a lot of times, which on that second track, I actually kind of wish that she would have kind of dampened it out because it kind of drowned her vocals. But at the same time, it really kind of got the point across of, her anger and, just the emotion of the song that she was trying to capture, and she did a great job of that. I felt like the songwriting was really A1 on this album, man. She picked some of my favorite writers out there. Only person that I felt was missing was my boy Frankie Baby out there, Frank Ocean. Go ahead and get back in the swing of things, man.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have an
Frank.
album in July, bro.
Yeah,
like,
man.
you know what I mean? Come back. If you're not going to release an album, at least write for some other people, man. You were missing from this Beyonce album. I felt like you could have had something good to contribute, but we had James White on there. James Blake, Jack White on there, man. Two of my favorite kind of rock or alternative
That James
artists
Blake
out there.
song wasn't long enough either.
The one after Sandcastles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't long enough, but he spread it out. Even though his vocals sounded a little weird, like I don't know, he didn't sound like himself on that track. But he bounces around sometimes, so
Yeah.
it was all good, man. Very good song, and even kind of touch back on that, man. That Sandcastles, whew, man, she really laid it out on the line. That was the saddest song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like she did a great job of kind of pulling those emotions out of those songs, and adding the poetry in between the tracks. I felt like really added a lot of substance and a lot of value to this album. To date, I would actually have to say, even though I enjoyed the Beyonce album more, this is some of her best work, if not her best project. She really took the risk. She jumped out there,
and that's what makes me go back to it, Kevin. If this was fake and a concept album,
she did a great job.
I think it takes a little bit of stink off of it, man.
Does it though? Like,
Yes.
I mean, the music is still great. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I know the controversy, makes it more exciting, but the music itself was just really good. I mean, you look at the instrumentation that she used on here, man. A lot more live instrumentation. I mean, she had everything from the reggae sound to the rock sound to the pop sound, a little bit of a country sound, man. Had straight piano ballads, man, boom bap beats, man. She had some bounce kind of sound to it, man, even in Formation, even though it didn't really, fit the vibe of the album. But I mean, she really just took it all over, man. And
Justin Blaze put his foot in that beat.
oh my God, man, that Just Blaze beat, man. It was like he gives us like 2 contributions a year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're usually pretty good. So shout outs to Just. And yeah, man, it was just such a solid project, man. Like she really put her foot in that album. Like I said, man, she took a lot of risks, and she was rewarded for them.
Yeah.
With it's going to be an album that I feel like it's got staying power.
Oh, absolutely. It's
You know what I mean? It'll be one of those albums that if my guys out here messing up, I was telling my cousin earlier this week, like, hey, bro. Your wife about to go to that Beyonce concert, man. Stay on the up and up. You know what I mean? Like, keep things good around that house, bro. Because, like, man, you don't want to come home to your windows busted out and the ring on your driver's seat, man, because you didn't do the dishes, player.
Yeah, she
You know what I mean? And Beyonce's going to have them in that zone.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because she she really brought those emotions out
Yeah.
on every track. Like she brought it. She
Yes.
came for blood on this
Yes,
album.
like you
know
can
what I mean?
hear like, some,
Yes.
maybe she was crying on some of the songs.
Man, she came out for blood on this one. But, Beyonce is a consummate professional. That's why I think that even if it was just a concept album, she could find a place to draw those emotions from. And, she's going to make sure that work is good. And she's got a great team around her that was going to make sure that work was good. So that was never in doubt. With it, man, what
you give?
it was a celebrated album, man. With it, I would have to give that album a solid 88.
88?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very good. I'm not gonna throw it in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I think I only got one entry in the 90s. That's gonna be King Kendrick. So with it, hey, as time goes, that you might get a revised review. It might get bumped up, might go down. But for right now, I'm settling at an 88. Man, very solid project. Go check it out. You won't catch me bumping it in the whip, but you might hear it in the headphones.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you gotta close your eyes and sing.
Beyonce
had single women getting mad. They didn't even have a man. So she definitely evokes some emotion, on this album. I to mirror your effects, I do feel that Beyonce was a very good album. But if it was not true and this was a concept album, it's gonna definitely take some time for me to really accept the fact that it wasn't true. I hope it wasn't true because she got my goat looking very vulnerable out here. But that's what women do.
Exclusively on Tidal.
That's what our women do. They make us feel vulnerable, and that's what it should be. So I get it. If Jay did mess up and she sung about it, I think it was letting us into what we think is a perfect life. Because normally, that's part of it that makes me feel like it might not be true because they even got married on the sneak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was always speculation. People knew they were together. They
shady.
Oh man, he got me good. How do you get out of that? There we go. So but anyways, yeah. So I think that it points to the fact that it might not be true because of that. But I do think that it was true because it was just too personal. It was just too personal. It was too personal for it to be a concept album. It was too vivid for it to be...
Well, now wait. It was definitely a concept album.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying it was for it not to be true.
Okay.
I get it was concept, but for it to not be true, it was too personal to not be true. I just believe it's so. And anybody who's married, you're married, I'm married. Marriage takes work. I mean, messing up to that extent is very huge. But... it changes every day, and that's kind of the excitement that comes with being married.
Yeah.
But for her to sing about it, and for her to be for them to be one of the more decorated couples, for them to let us into their world, I think people appreciated that, and I think that's why it had to be true. I think with them, if they were a couple that we didn't expect, if it was Bobby and Whitney, you came out with it, you'd be like, oh, okay, we just knew it was probably true. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But for it to be like, okay, Beyonce and Jay-Z can have problems and they can overcome it, then heck, I can do it too. It's something like that is like therapeutic for people to see as a fan and just as a people. You look at a couple, you might think of their perfect couple. You might have friends that you might, in your eyes, is like a perfect couple, and then they split up. You're like, man, I don't know if I can make it because they didn't make it.
Right.
Well, with Beyonce and Jay, that's for them to go through their turmoils, and then for Beyonce to be the strong woman that she is, and to say, hey, it is what it is, and we made it through it. We're still strong, but if you mess up again, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope to me, and that's pretty good, for them to let us in. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was a very good album, but we can debate back and forth whether or not it was real till the sun comes up, but that's just what it is, and whether or not it was real or not doesn't really even matter. And that's
the music was good.
The music was good, so I left it like that. But I gave it an 83 actually, and with that, I really think it could go up more because it is an album I'm going to listen to some more. Because with this week, it was a big week in music, and I'm going to listen to it some more. But as of right now, I'm going to give it 83.
Man, just to kind of touch on a point about like the music sounding so personal, or not feeling like she could actually sing those songs without actually going through that. Mm-hmm. The only argument I would have to that, and I was talking to Toy about this earlier this week, is if you go back and listen to one of the GOAT legends, Prince. He has a song called Another Lonely Christmas. Saddest song I've ever heard in my life. Like when you hear him sing it, like you're like, yo, I can't believe he had to go through this. Mm-hmm. Lies and fabrications. Like never happened. Nothing like that ever happened. It's just a song. So it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like artists, like if you're a really good artist, sometimes you can just pull it out the pocket like that, man.
Yeah. I listened to it straight through, man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is what we had to say about Lemonade. It came out on the sneak tip. Like I said, none of us knew it was going to be an album.
Marketing genius.
Marketing geniuses. They definitely are counting the money.
Get GamesMusicLyfe on the team, man. We could do some things for you, Beyonce. We got great ideas for your next project.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, seems like she had it down too, though. But anywho, so we'll get into this second review.
Yes.
The album that we were intending on reviewing this week, because like I said, we didn't know that the Lemonade special was going to be an album. We did Drake Views from the Six.
Yes.
So
the Sixth God is watching.
First of all, I will say, man, because I'll go first. The first thing I will say though about this album is whoever had the briefcase with the album in it, with the chain to their hand, they did a good job, because that album did not leak at all.
Nope.
Because we were expecting for it to leak and be able to have a couple days with it, so we didn't have as long as we thought we would. It came out on Apple Music. Got it on Friday, listened to it pretty much all day Friday and this morning, and I definitely got it in. I am one of which that I like singing Drake, so I actually enjoyed the project. I don't like Trapper Drake. Anybody who listens to the podcast, you guys know I hate Trapper Drake. I want him gone. But singing Drake is cool to stay. Trapper Drake can get out of here. So I actually enjoyed the singing, man. I thought it was okay. Now, my baby sister emailed me, before I even listened to the album, she emailed me, because we're on different time zones. And it was like 3 in the morning. I'm checking my emails, getting up. And she hated it, because she's a big DMX fan. I will say, she's a huge DMX fan. I mean, to the point where we, as my mom and dad, because she's younger than me, so we had to, we worried about her. You say something bad about DMX, she put hands on you.
It was going in. Okay.
She put hands on you.
Okay.
So
I like her stilo already. You know what I'm saying?
So I listened to it though, and I'm like, it was weird only because DMX is on record, so he don't rock with Drake. Yeah. He doesn't like Drake. So for him to put a reference track on there for DMX, I don't know what that was about, but I thought it was okay. I really thought he tastefully he did it well. He didn't crap on DMX or anything like that, but it was all right. He recited some of the bars that DMX made famous, and I thought it was all right. I really did. Now, the way the album flowed, like with the songs that came out, Controller and Pop Style, I didn't like them when they first came out, but when I listened to them on the album flowed well together. Like it flowed with the album. I found myself listening to Controller and Pop Style. I'm like, okay, it's all right.
Yeah.
So the album did flow together. First off, 40's the plug. 40 put his foot in that album, man. I mean, he is like, I know he does get a lot of the credits, because if you open up those booklets, which I don't do, but if you open them up and you look in there, 40 is he's all over that whole album. Kanye's on a couple tracks too.
Yep.
And
living down the street, man. He got a bigger pool than Ye.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. The production was just amazing on that album. 40 he just as he always does. Yeah. He put his foot in the album, and some of the things that Drake was saying, the whole Channing Tatum line, I thought he overcame. He actually did all right from that, and I really enjoyed it. I thought that the project was pretty good. It's still not a classic, and that's one of the things that people criticize Drake from, because he doesn't have a classic on his record, because he's kind of like a Shaquille O'Neal in basketball. He's hard to really referee, because you don't know which lane he's under. Is he a rapper? Is he a pop artist? Is he a singer? What is he?
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of Drake clones, he still, in this album, kind of reminded people that he does Drake better than Drake. He does. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty good body of work. Like I said, I gave it a 78.
Ooh, man, I was expecting higher.
I was gonna do it higher, but like I said, I haven't had that long with it.
I was gonna say we might end up getting a review.
Yeah, we might need to revisit it. Yeah, we'll revisit it. But right now, just early, because I only listened to it twice.
Yeah,
and
you only have.
But I do want to go. I
want
to go back to it though, and I think that the R&B stuff, man, like he's not a great singer, but he harmonizes to the point where it makes sense.
Yeah,
it does make sense.
Absolutely. With that, bruh, I want to go ahead and make note. I think if you guys go back out there and check out GamesMusicLyfe episode 23, I want to say maybe 22, we talked a bit about when Pop Style and One Dance came out. And, you were on record saying that you were against those records, and you were a little bit worried about what views would be at that time. And as soon as I heard those records, I knew instantly that this is going to be an R&B album. He fed the streets, gave us What a Time, gave us, if you're reading this, it's too late, man. He had already gave us Trapper Jake. He gave us the rap and he was going to give us. So it was time to hop back in that pop lane and, kind of give us those big songs that are going to be ready for urban radio as well as top 40. And I felt like that's exactly what he did on this album. Now, just kind of top to bottom, because I've been listening to this since it dropped Thursday night at about 11:35. If you are an Apple Music member, not endorsing you to go get that, but if you want to, go ahead and pick it up. But I did go ahead and pick up that title. You know what I'm saying? Feeling real entitled. So, been rocking with that now. Going through the album, he kind of kicked it off with the Keep the Family Close track. All right, he set the tone right there that, get buckle in for this R&B album. It's that time. We're ready to go. He had some bars on there. Pretty good song, man. If nothing else, I always felt like Drake made relatable music for the masses because he's not really talking about anything that most people can't relate to. You know what I mean? You don't have to be super hardcore guy, or you don't have to be, even if you're a geek, like, you know what I mean? There are themes of life and love and loss and friendship and, betrayal, all that kind of stuff that are on this album that, every person's going to go through in life. And he does a very, very good job of kind of highlighting it and bringing it to light in a different way, or, kind of presenting it in a way that other artists don't. And I think that that's kind of the biggest draw for Drake right now, that he is able to do that and present those things to you. For everyone to enjoy. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go through the track list. Keep Family Close was a pretty good song. The 9, I thought that was a decent song. You With Me, I had mixed feelings about that because of the DMX, interpolation. Kind of got on that track knowing that DMX not really a huge Drake fan. Yeah, okay,
he hates him.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sure he didn't turn down that check. You know what I mean? Got a few of those habits, but you know what I'm saying? I was kind of I don't know. It was kind of whatever, man. I thought Hype was a very good track, man. A lot of people are raving over Western Road flows, and I thought it was just okay. With You, I thought was pretty good. Faithful, the only thing that bothered me about Faithful is, man, Pimp C would not have signed off on that.
No, he would not have.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Juicy J, man, get it together, bro. You just giving these tracks away, man, disgracing the late great legend's name.
I've never heard that Pimp C verse either. That was new.
Now, Juice has got all of Pimp C's recorded works.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Juicy J owns the rights to all of Pimp C's works. Now, after that, I felt like Controller and One Dance really fit the vibe of the album better. Like, they sounded better in context with the album. Like, letting the album play through, those songs made more sense than they did as singles on their own. Not to say that I like them, but they weren't bad on the album where I thought that they weren't good before the album. I actually like Grammy. I know that you hate Future.
I say Future. He said the same thing. I thought the album was skipping because he said the same thing. I forget what the line was, but he said it like 50 times in a row?
Yeah, man, that's Future Hendrix, man. That's super Future. You thought he was going to come up with some new stuff to say? Come on now.
Yeah,
come on now.
I just didn't expect that.
Future Hendrix. Child's Play. Child's Play is one of my favorite songs on the track. It was funny how he kind of subtly slipped that slow nod to the NO bounce sound with Like a Soldier. Threw it on there. So I enjoyed that. I'm a huge Cash Money fan. Love the NO sound, New Orleans bounce sound, all of that.
Hold on, before you go on, go back to the Pimp C and Division song. Whoever the brother was that was on the Division, because I know it's two brothers that's in the group. Whichever one sung on that song, he needs to go solo.
Yeah, he may need, just like on Summer's Over, Majin, he needs to go. He needs to leave Jordan alone.
Yes,
because he ain't doing nothing for you. Now, listening to that song a couple more times, he's actually still a little bit off key, but that song sounds really good. I thought Summer's Over interlude was one of the better songs on there.
Okay.
So pop style, I did feel like now I don't know if you've watched the Zane Lowe interview with Drake yet.
No.
But he does an interview kind of touching on the album or whatever. It just came out Friday. And he told the story about how pop style kind of came to be and the infamous 2 sentences from Jay-Z.
Okay.
And I guess he sent the track over to Kanye. He didn't know Kanye was going to do that. And Kanye sent it back and just told Drake, like, hey, listen, Hove is actually just starting my verse off for me. So Jay was not really meant to be featured. He was just kind of starting the verse off for for Kanye, and he gave him a couple of ad libs on there, which you really have to be listening to kind of catch. But with that, Drake said, Kanye was really excited about it, telling him, hey, make it a throne record or whatever, since Jay is on it. People want to hear Jay-Z. And he's like, I feel the same way. People do want to hear Jay-Z. But, what I'm saying, kind of getting these 2 sentences out of him, man, I feel like it's going to be a disappointment because people want to hear Jay-Z rap. He's a legend. Like, we want to hear raps from Jay-Z. So these 2 lines are going to be a bit of a disappointment. And I think that is why we got the final version that we did with Drake instead taking Jay-Z's 2 lines and cutting Kanye out completely, which I felt like did a disservice to that record because Kanye, that was Kanye's best verse in a while.
That's the best Kanye verse we've heard in a solid 2 years, man.
Yeah,
so Lord knows he didn't give us any rapping on that Life of Pablo album.
Nah, he rushed that one, man. North was ready to get to she was ready to get to daycare, bro. She was putting them flames to Kanye's behind, like, bro, right. Daddy, it's time to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, stop recording that album, pack it up, let's get in this car, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? They stopped serving the fruit snacks at about noon, bro.
Right.
Let's get it. All right, so. After that, we've got the 2 Good song. I wasn't crazy about that. Got Fire and Desire. Another one was okay. I thought it was all right. I actually really like Views. Views is probably my favorite song on the album.
Really?
That was kind of like his 6 a.m. in New York or 9 p.m. in Toronto. Yeah. However he does them. That Views song was kind of that closer for him. And I like when he does those tracks. Those are always my favorite. And then Hotline Bling, of course. Which. Kind of got thrown on as a bonus track. Yeah. It didn't really fit the sound of the album. Now, with that, going through all those tracks, I say that to say that this album had a really heavy reggae influence, and I didn't quite understand why. I don't know where Drake is at with like this Jamaican vibe thing going on.
In Canada is a big, Carnival. They have a big lot of stuff that comes out during that, but.
I feel that, but he didn't come out that way.
No, he didn't.
You know what I mean? So
he's not an islander.
Yeah,
I think he hangs around a bunch of them,
and he just kind of picking up the swag. Yeah. But it's not him. No, I mean that's not to knock it, but I wouldn't mind seeing him kind of get away from that sound. It's not great for him. And then with it, I felt like though this was maybe his most cohesive album because I mean, like you said, 40 laced him, bro. Yeah, he laced that album together, man. He is one of the better producers in the literal sense of the word in producing the album, not just making beats, but in producing the sound of the album and kind of getting that direction going in the right direction. So he did a fantastic job with this project there. So sonically it's a very, very solid album, and it stays on track, and he did a good job with that. And I feel like this is Drake's most complete album, but at the same time it's his safest. I felt like he did not take any risks on this album. Like he picked songs that he knew would work, and he just kind of tried to stay in that pocket, and because of that he lost a little bit of points with me.
Okay.
Now, even though I kind of came into this album knowing what to expect, like I mean, I told y'all, 2-3 weeks ago, I'm saying? That's just how Cam do, what I mean? But, I knew what to expect coming into this album, and he delivered exactly what I expected. And sometimes, that's a little bit boring. Yeah. So I was kind of hoping that Aubrey would spice it up. He did it with, if you're reading This Is Too Late, bro. Like, I mean, that's my favorite Aubrey project. You know what I mean? When I heard that, I was like, oh, man. Like, I saw that the tape dropped. I wasn't really excited for it. And then I listened to it. I'm like, my God, man. It made me a super fan. I'm like, man, tour comes. When it's tour time, I'm there. Let's get it, man. I'm riding for Aubs now. Let's get it. And but with the album, I knew he was kind of going to return to form. And he did. It's a much more mature album. And like I said, sonically, it's his most cohesive project to date, I felt like. And I mean, he's always put together, good albums. It's just sometimes I don't want to hear what he's talking about. So, I kind of had to leave it at that.
Yeah.
So now with that, so to score it, I have to score this album. I would probably score this album, I was a solid 81, maybe a light 82. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe like I give him a little
points off for me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like I said, it was a good album. It was sonically good. Now, mind you, I probably am going to have to throw a little bit of revision on this because we've only had, at most 30 hours to listen to this. And Jay, that was for you, buddy. 30 hours. I threw that one out there for you, man. We miss you, buddy. We miss you, man. Where you at? We want you back, man. We need you here. Yeah, milk cartons, bro. Don't forget it. But But yeah, man. So with that, that's where I kind of ended up on that album. Now I know that we were going to talk about 2088, but I was looking through the catalog, bro, and it is looking very bare. So I think maybe we should keep 2088 for next week.
Okay.
We can kind of let it sit, and if you know what I'm saying, the missing persons has some time, he can also listen to it and kind of give his opinion on it as well.
And that is Janae Aiko and Big Sean's
Big
album.
Sean's project. Yes, it came out a couple of weeks ago. We actually mentioned it a few shows ago, and we decided no. And then we listened to it, and we're not gonna give it away, but
no.
Go out there, listen to it. We'll talk about it next week and kind of see what you guys think too.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, man. We had a lot. I mean, that was a lot.
That was a lot, man.
We definitely had a lot to go. I mean, just like we do every week, if you have a question, put it in the comment section of the YouTube video. We will try to answer it on the next week. You can
find us at all the places up here. Yeah, up here. All those places.
Everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, we love the feedback, guys. Go on iTunes, rate us. We read all of them. Send us emails. We will definitely try to get to them all. But that's it, really, man. We're everywhere, though.
Yeah, man, we're everywhere, man. Make sure you guys drink more water.
Definitely drink more water.
We can't wait till Big Gucci get out.
Oh, God. That's you. You feel that way. I don't know. Gucci
you know what
exactly
I
where
mean?
he needs
Rest
to
in
be.
peace to the legend Prince.
Absolutely.
King Hove is still winning, even if he did get aired out, man. He got aired out exclusively on Tidal.
Yeah, still the best diss track
I mean?
Jay-Z's ever taken was from his wife now.
He took that ether when she sang Halo to him at her opening concert, and he was riding around on the Zamboni, So, letting those dollars circulate. So, shouts out to King Hove and Queen Beyonce. Keep it rocking, man. We love what y'all are doing for the culture. Come on the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can sit here if you want.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
The camera can pan over. Lord knows we don't know who sits over there.
Spaces.
Yeah, it's a lot of space. There's 6 chairs down here. We just focused on these 2 because these 2 have been filled.
I don't know. It was a guy.
Yeah.
Somewhere up there. Yeah. Over there.
Where's he? Yeah, over
got a
there.
picture. Yeah,
with the mutton chops.
Yeah.
That guy.
But we're gonna put a missing box around there. Like I said, there will be a small reward. Might give you $1 or $2, or I might contribute a 48-hour Xbox Live gift card.
Absolutely. Listen, there will be a red X over that face if no one's there next week. We'll keep him there, but there'll be a red X over there.
Yeah.
Sad designer, I'm gonna get with you.
We'll know
by Thursday. All right. But once again, thanks for rocking with us, man. Everybody have a good week. Next week's album is 2088. Drink more water.